What if a single political decision could disrupt the global tech industry, threaten millions of jobs, and yet inadvertently spark a technological renaissance in the very country it was meant to contain? Welcome to the high-stakes world of US export controls on China. Today, we are not just exploring the consequences of these sanctions, we are unraveling a story of unintended consequences that could reshape the future of technology as we know it. In today's video, we'll delve deep into the strategic implications of President Biden's export controls on China's tech sector. We'll uncover how this move has impacted not just Chinese companies like Huawei, but also American giants like Intel. And here is the twist. Could these controls be fueling China's technological self-sufficiency instead of hindering it? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see why this could be one of the most consequential economic moves of our time. Before we jump in, if you are fascinated by the global tech landscape and want more content like this, smash that like button and share this video with your friends. Your support means a lot and helps us bring more in-depth analysis your way. In October 2022, President Biden implemented some of the most stringent export controls in history, targeting China's access to advanced technologies. These controls are designed to prevent China from acquiring cutting-edge chips, chip design software, and even the sophisticated equipment used in chip manufacturing. The restrictions don't stop at US borders, they extend to any global company that uses US semiconductor technology, making this a truly global issue. Even more controversially, US citizens and green card holders are now prohibited from working with Chinese chip firms. The intention behind these controls is clear: to slow down China's military advancements by restricting its access to the most sophisticated microchips. But these chips aren't just for military use, they power innovations across industries, from e-commerce and robotics to medical imaging and self-driving cars. The US wants to keep these state-of-the-art chips out of China's hands. But has it worked? We'll explore why these controls might be having the opposite effect, potentially backfiring in ways no one anticipated. The US semiconductor industry is a major pillar of the American economy, employing over 1.8 million people across at least 44 states and generating billions in revenue. But by cutting off access to the vast Chinese market, comparable in size to the combined consumer markets of France, Germany, and Italy, the US could be risking these jobs and economic stability. Consider Intel, for instance, which derives nearly 26% of its revenue from China. That's more than its revenue from the US market itself. If China succeeds in reducing its dependence on Intel and other US chip makers, a significant chunk of revenue could be at risk, threatening the company's recovery in the competitive PC and server CPU markets. Now let's talk about Huawei, a company that according to many predictions should have been crippled by US sanctions. Instead, 2023 turned out to be its best year since 2019. How? Thanks to the release of the Mate 60 Pro, powered by a domestically produced chip that left industry experts stunned. This chip wasn't supposed to be possible under the sanctions, yet Huawei did it, showcasing significant strides toward technological self-sufficiency. Huawei's resilience raises a critical question. Could US sanctions be accelerating China's technological advancement rather than slowing it down? This unexpected outcome highlights the complexities and unintended consequences of the export controls. Now here's a question for you. What do you think about these developments? Is the US strategy backfiring, or is this just a temporary setback? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm eager to hear what you think. China isn't just waiting to see what happens next. The government is aggressively pursuing a strategy of technological self-reliance. New guidelines are pushing to replace Intel and AMD processors in government PCs and servers with domestic alternatives. They are also looking to phase out Microsoft Windows and other foreign software by 2027. This drive isn't limited to high-end chips. China is also focusing on legacy chips, those less advanced but crucial components used in everything from household appliances to cars. Legacy chips might not be as glamorous as cutting-edge semiconductors, but they are vital to countless industries. And here is where it gets interesting. China's dominance in the legacy chip market is growing, and that could have significant global repercussions. As China ramps up its investment in legacy chips, the global chip landscape is shifting. India is stepping into the ring, with the Tata Group investing $11 billion to build a chip foundry in Gujarat. This could add to an already growing overcapacity in the global chip supply chain. Meanwhile, Taiwan, which currently holds nearly half of the world's chip production capacity, is shifting focus to advanced chips. But as China increases its production of legacy chips, Taiwan's overall market share could be impacted. A report from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York suggests that U.S. export controls might be backfiring. These measures have hurt U.S. tech companies more than anticipated, failing to fully cut off China's access to key technologies. Instead, they have sparked innovation with China's tech sector, with companies like Huawei finding new ways to thrive despite these sanctions. U.S. firms, on the other hand, are seeing negative stock returns, declining market capitalization, and losses in customers and revenue. The export controls, rather than protecting U.S. firms, may be inadvertently pushing them out of key markets and reducing their global competitiveness. The Biden administration's export controls on China are more than just a policy, they are a gamble with global consequences. While the primary goal was to limit China's access to advanced technology, the results have been mixed. The US semiconductor industry faces significant risks, and Intel is struggling to maintain its position in the Chinese market. Meanwhile, China seems to be not just weathering this storm, but using it to accelerate its path towards technological self-sufficiency, as evidenced by Huawei's remarkable growth and the country's increasing dominance in the legacy chip sector. The global chip market is evolving, with new players like India entering the fray and established ones like Taiwan shifting their focus. But as China continues to invest heavily in its semiconductor industry, the dynamics of the global market are becoming more unpredictable. Ultimately, the export controls may have backfired, hampering US companies more than their intended target and inadvertently fostering innovation in China. This situation underscores the need for a more nuanced approach in dealing with global tech competitors and reinforces the ever-evolving nature of international economic strategies. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update on these critical global issues. Thanks for watching.